Okay, let's take a look at our knee on belly. So in self-defense, we use the knee on belly a lot when I've thrown Brandon. Boom. And I get here and I attack. It allows me to keep pressure on him, but not be married to this position. Whereas something like the mount, I'm kind of committed. If I'm on the bottom of the fight, I don't have a choice. I'm committed 100%. But the knee on belly is very good for that. Today, we're going to use the knee on belly more offensively rather than strike, 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 stand up. So we're going to start from here. Brandon, naturally, he doesn't like this. He realizes that this is a hindrance. So if he pulls down, where does he feel pressure? Here. I can amplify the pressure by pulling him curved. I can cup his head, curve it. Good for digestion. A lot of pressure on his stomach. So it's very natural that he's going to try to push this away, because if he pushes this away and shrimps out, he can escape. This is a legitimate escape. So I want to be sensitive to this arm here. So the second it goes to push, I'm pulling here and I'm staying low. The further I am from him, the less connected to what's happening. So the second he pushes, I swim in and I pluck in this position. Again, so maybe I'm throwing for shots, or if I'm not, if I throw shots, it's less likely he's going to be doing this, he's protecting his head. It's when I am too nice to him that he goes, here, he has a window to push, and I can steal this, and I stay close to him. I'm going to pull him to the side, control his head down here, so I can step over and isolate the arm lock. It's the exact same arm lock we've seen before, but there's a few differences, a few details that are slightly different. If you notice when I finished, I didn't have this leg over here. It's not required, but if you have time, you can retract and shoot it across. But I can finish right from here. This nice and snug, pinching here and applying pressure. Let's go back to here. So he goes to push. I cup and I pull him to me this way. Notice when I cup, I'm not cupping like this. Brandon, fight your arm back. Pull the arm back, yes. When I do this, this elbow is anchoring to him, almost like I'm spearing him in the stomach. So when he goes to pull his arm back, he's causing himself a little bit of trouble. I can use this kind of pulling action here. I need to put my foot over here to allow me to turn and take this top position here. Steal the arm lock. We can go from this position. Okay. He pushes on my knee. I cup. I pull him sideways. Now there is a bonus wrist lock here. I bite and I pull this to me here. What I'm doing is essentially a wrist lock like this. I pin him, go underneath, pull him sideways like this. Right. Now this elbow becomes aggressive here. Say he pops this out. So I still have the arm, it's stuck to me. I pull him to the side, I step over and I turn. This knee needs to be here. If it's down, it's a potential opening for him. So I go here, close that door, and isolate. I'm here, pushes on the knee, I cup, I go here, around, and attack. So this is a bit more technical than what you might be used to. What's important is, to avoid crashing, I stay low. If I stay too high, so Brandon pushes my knee, and I stay very high, of course there's space to work, but also my movements are very clunky. When I stay low, I'm more connected with him. I can fit into the spaces better, I can create wedges for him better. So I'm here, he pushes on the knee, I go here, I stay close to him, nice and close. So this is your straight arm lock from this position. Another way that we can elicit our arm lock, same thing. He goes to push on the knee. I can steal here, but rather than crank this or isolate just this, I'm going to pop him out and put him on my neck right here. Then find the elbow. This knee is going to become offensive across his face. I can go here. What you can do is fall backwards and apply pressure. So this is a straight arm lock as well. So he could also be trying to grab my head, which is fairly common. Maybe I frame and I find this. I can finish here or fall back, use this leg as a frame to isolate the arm lock. So lots of opportunities when the arm goes straight. Another one is if he's kind of pushing me straight up this way. I connect to him because I need to move. For me to move nicely, I need to know where my weight is, right? So I put weight in his arms, which allows my legs to be nice and relaxed. And I vacuum seal here, go over his head, and drop down for my arm lock. That's right here. So he starts low, he goes to push. I follow that movement. He pushes on my chest, up, shoot, boom, here to get that arm lock. How do you make it smooth? You make him work for you. If I am fighting him at every turn, understand if he's pushing me, I can borrow that energy, make my legs light. If I push back into him and we fight, you're not using good martial arts. You're using way too much energy in this regard. So again, if he goes for the push here, I have this sneaky little wrist lock this way here. I could pop this, I could go here. I could step over his head for an arm lock, straight arm lock. So it goes. And then the last one we looked at, he pushes kind of up on my chest. That's the arm that's on my side. And I had him carry my weight a little bit. I slide this leg north, zoop here, over his head, and I drop down. Sometimes when I fall, I'll cup his elbow. I don't want his elbow to find the mat in transition. Sometimes at looseness, he'll do this. So I cup here, and then when I finish, I slide to the wrist. So this is another way to do this. So lots of different techniques with this. Now, similarly, if he's pushing up on my chest here, and I can push this across, I have this bite, and this leg can just smear down and drive in because my knees are already in position. So I'm here, he goes to push, I go here, this goes low and drives into him this way. So it happens rather quick. You have to be adaptable to this. I don't try to actively get these movements. You can force them, there's a time for that, but these here are very opportunistic because if he's here and I go, it's very different from him pushing and me going here. One fits, one forces. We want to learn the balance between both. There's times when, maybe I'm striking, he protects his head, and then I can go straight to here for that. That's an option, for sure.